There are three main key terms that you need to know in this Oil Tycoon event. The first one is exploration areas or oil sites. Exploration areas can be found on the map and you're required to scout them using 30 energy. You can scout a maximum of 5 exploration areas daily, and once you scout them, they'll turn into oil sites. You can then tap on these oil sites that you've scouted to find the Explore button. Tapping on the Explore button will take you to a drilling site. A drilling site has 5 layers that can be explored, starting from 100 meters all the way up to 500 meters. Each oil site will either have 4 or 9 drilling sites. This means that each oil site can have either 20 or 45 layers in total. The third term you need to know is exploration. Each of the layers in the drilling sites can be explored. If you explore the first area, it'll cost you 135 funds, and it'll only explore the first 100 meter area. If you explore the second area, it'll cost you 275 funds and will explore both the first and the second areas. So you're paying 135 for the first area and 140 for the second area. In the same way, if you explore the fifth area, it'll cost you 745 funds in total and will explore all 5 areas. So the first area costs 135, the second one costs 140, the third one costs 150, the fourth one costs 155, and the fifth one costs 165. Each area when explored will either give you no oil at all or somewhere between 45 to 50 liters of oil. 45 liters of oil can usually be sold for around 2025 funds at 45 funds per liter. So I think it's always worth it to explore all 5 areas since you're at least getting 12 times the exploration cost if you find some oil. Keep in mind that you only get 3 exploration tries. So if you use your first try on the 100 meter, the second one on the 200 meter, and the third one on the 300 meter, you won't be able to explore any further. So it's best to explore 500 meters directly on your first try. After you've explored a drilling site up to 500 meters, you'll be able to see the layers that have oil. If you're really unlucky, you might not find oil in even a single layer, and if you're very lucky, you might find oil in all 5 layers. Once you've found oil, you simply tap on the Gather button to start gathering oil. It takes 6 seconds to gather 1 oil, so it takes about 4.5 to 5 minutes to gather 45 to 50 liters of oil per layer. You don't need to send any troops to gather oil. Gathering is automatic in this event, and all you need to do is press the Gather button. Once you tap the Gather button, it'll automatically start gathering oil immediately, and the Gather button will change to the Transport button. You can tap on the Transport button at any time if you want to collect the oil that you've gathered so far. However, if you transport more oil than your maximum storage capacity, then the excess oil will be lost. So make sure you're transporting oil within your storage capacity. Once you've gathered and transported all of the oil in a drilling site, you then tap on the button above that says tap to go to the next drilling site. This will either take you to a fresh drilling site with 5 more exploration areas, or if it is the last drilling site, it'll make the oil site disappear from the map. Keep in mind that each oil site has 4 or 9 drilling sites, so once you run out of drilling sites, the oil site will disappear. So that's how oil sites, drilling sites, and exploration work. To recap, you can scout up to 5 exploration sites daily, and once scouted, these exploration sites will turn into oil sites. You then tap on the oil site and then on the Explore button to access a drilling site. This drilling site will have 5 layers up to 500 meters. You get to explore layers 3 times, and it's best to explore the last layer immediately. Once explored, you'll usually be able to gather from few of these layers. Once you're done gathering, you can transport the oil to the storage. Once you've finished transporting, you click on the Tap to go to the next drilling site button to access the next drilling site. You keep doing this till you run out of drilling sites, after which the oil site on the map will disappear. Now, once you've gathered and transported oil, it'll be stored in your storage tank. You start off with a storage capacity of 100, which can be upgraded all the way up to 350 using funds. I'd recommend maxing out your storage capacity immediately so that you don't waste too much time on this event. Once your tank is almost full, make sure you sell the oil in it on the market that has the higher oil price to get the most value for your oil. You can't sell it immediately, however, since it takes 5 minutes to reach the market, and the selling price is decided based on the price of oil when your oil reaches the market. You can check the price history by tapping on the top right button of each of the oil shops. The prices shown in these charts are updated every 10 minutes. However, that doesn't mean that the price only changes every 10 minutes. It can change at any time, and the charts do not show any changes that happen within the 10 minutes. You get points for this event based on the funds acquired from all of your oil sales. That is, if you add all the numbers in the total column of your trade records, you should get your score. There are ranking rewards for the top 50 leaders that score the most points in this event. There are also milestone rewards for exploring 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25 exploration areas during the event. And finally, you have the oil store. You can buy items from this store using funds. However, make sure you save some of your funds for exploration too, otherwise you won't be able to earn more funds. So it's best to spend all of your funds on the last day of this event after you've completed all of your explorations. There are limits on the number of certain items that you can buy from this store, and these limits will apply for the entire event. Every time you spend a total of 150,000 funds in this store, you get 2,500 season points. You can do this up to 5 times during the event to get 12,500 season points in total. So that is pretty much all there is to the Oil Tycoon event. Before I end this video, I'd like to thank all of my patrons for the support. You can find my Patreon link in the description. Thanks for watching the video guys, and I will see y'all in the next one.